pleasure to present tonight's inaugural Corporate Citizenship Award. While this award was something we had contemplated to some extent in previous years, the true genesis of this decision was actually the stalwart courage of the firm we are honoring this evening. We are here, all of us, and I was thinking about this, because we believe in the values that undergird foreign policy for America. We might also be here after looking at the menu for the dark chocolate revenge, not so sure, but we also all believe in principled, values-driven internationalism. We wish to restore America's commitment to democracy and human rights at home and abroad, and we resolve to preserve America's historic role as a beacon to the world. As a national organization, we also believe in and rely upon Americans across the country who take action together to defend our shared values. At the heart of this is the understanding that we must operate with humility and integrity if we are to preserve, protect, and further our small d democratic ideals now and in the future. And that is where tonight's awardee, Jenner & Block, comes in. The law firm's foundational values include, quote, a commitment to integrity and professionalism, an eye towards a brighter future, and a tireless pursuit of justice. As you may recall, amid a flurry of early 2025 executive orders were several aimed at the legal profession, one of which targeted Jenner & Block. Pointing not to party or individual, but to the Constitution and its firm's values, Jenner disputed the directive, and a federal district court judge permanently enjoined enforcement of the executive order. The case is now on appeal. The Board of Foreign Policy for America, of which I'm a member, and esteemed members of our awards jury were truly inspired by the action of Jenner & Block. It really should be emphasized here that at that time in particular, it was really an incredible challenge, what this posited for targeted entities, whether that challenge was economic or political. But Jenner took on that challenge, leading the way with principle and integrity. At base, without rule of law, without basic assurances as to the right to free speech and the right to counsel, democracy falters. And to do what we do as FP4A, we need champions like Jenner & Block to stand firm domestically as well. And that's why I am thrilled to welcome to the stage Rachel Alpert. Rachel is a partner at Jenner & Block and co-chair of the firm's National Security and Crisis Practice and Human Rights and Global Strategy Practice. She guides multinational companies and institutions through the complex landscape of U.S. sanctions, export controls, national security regulations, and global human rights frameworks. Drawing on her experience as chief counsel at the U.S. Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control, Rachel helps clients understand not only what the law requires, but how policy is shaped and implemented across government, providing unparalleled insight at a moment of heightened uncertainty and multi-jurisdictional disputes. We are delighted to have Rachel with us to accept the Corporate Citizenship Award on behalf of Jenner & Block.
Thank you so much. On behalf of everyone at Jenner & Block, I'm honored to be here and accept FP4A's inaugural Exceptional Corporate Citizenship Award. FP4A's mission of advancing principled U.S. leadership in the world resonates deeply, both for Jenner and for me personally. The work this organization does to bring together diplomats, national security professionals, lawmakers, and business leaders around a common cause to tackle the dynamic challenges in our world is so important. For myself, I spent years as a civil servant at the Treasury Department and the State Department, across 4 presidential administrations, 4 secretaries of state, 2 secretaries of the Treasury. As mentioned, today I co-chair Jenner's National Security and Crisis and Human Rights and Global Strategy practice groups, working with everyone from multinational companies to international NGOs who really were on the forefront of facing all of the challenges that this current administration brought with respect to the foreign assistance establishment. I also work on export controls and human rights frameworks, and it's this complex legal landscape that Foreign Policy for America's work to shape through dialogue and engagement is so critical. I know firsthand from my work in government and in private practice that the people in this room are the ones writing the rules my clients follow, and I have enormous respect for the work that this group does. When I left government last year, I returned to Jenner because of the firm's ethos. Jenner has always been guided by a belief that a great law firm and being a responsible institution are not separate things. That belief shows up in our pro bono practice, in the clients we take on, and a long tradition of showing up for the matters that matter. At its core, Jenner stands for the proposition that the legal system works best when lawyers are free to advocate fearlessly and independently. For any client, on any matter. That principle is what connects our pro bono work, our client representations, and the caliber of the attorneys who work with me every day at Jenner. Jenner & Block will continue to do what we have always done: serve our clients with integrity, support the institutions that make our country stronger, and show up for the communities that depend on us. Thank you, Foreign Policy for America, for this honor. And thank you for the work you do every day to keep those values at the center of America's leadership in the world.